everybody. Welcome to another Kansas and Missing and Unsolved podcast. I'm your host, Ricky Chabruggy, here in Salina, and down there in Elkhart, Oklahoma is Derek Relaford. How you doing, Derek?
Doing well, man. Doing well. We have been getting quite a bit of rain. I went to the hearing this morning for the missing moms case. Those two ladies that went missing south of Elkhart, and then they found them deceased. This was a road close to Guyman. I had several people planning on riding over with me, but they essentially chickened out. We woke up to massive coverage in the local news here of basically a lot of the roads heading in and out of Guyman were completely shut down. But I did get to go to the hearing today, and it's a pretty wild situation, man. It's literally they have 5 defendants in one courtroom, and you can tell that it's already starting to show some bottlenecks in that situation, if you know what I mean.
Well, we're getting more rain than I'm getting.
Yeah, it's been raining pretty hard, man. This has been happening a lot this summer. It reminds in Phoenix when I lived in Arizona, they had these things called he-bobs. It was like basically the dirty 30s, just a big gust of dirt, and then they were usually followed by a tsunami. No, not tsunami. What is it? A monsoon, different type of disaster. But they would have monsoons. All I ever got out of a monsoon, I felt like it was just like a ton of rain in a really quick amount of time. It's been doing that in this part of the country the last few weeks. We'll get rain for maybe 20, 30 minutes, but it's just 6 to 7 to. I think Guyman got 8 inches in a short amount of time, and we're just not really. This isn't really the place for. It's crazy. Like there's not like a lot of flooding. Hopefully, there's not flooding where there's going to be like loss of life or anything. But definitely, I saw a lot of loss of property today. I saw a lot of floating vehicles when I was driving around Guyman today.
All right. No, we've been getting some decent rain up here. Nothing heavy and flooding or anything, but we've been getting some good stuff. We had like 2.5 inches last night, I think they said.
Wow.
So, not too bad.
And then being from Kansas, I know that like most farmers, they spend their mornings talking about how they need rain and stuff. And then we get rain, and then they're like, well, not this kind of rain. I'm just like, whoa. But I do see how this could be detrimental to anything. Nobody that works outside on dirt roads, like, if you had to go in today, it wasn't fun. Like, we live out in the country outside of Elkhart, and it's only like maybe a mile, and it's a nightmare getting in and out of town right now just because of the dirt roads are just completely muddy, man.
Mm-hmm. I can imagine they're getting ready to start construction on a 254 unit apartment complex behind where I work, and they've been just basically leveling the ground and stuff like that. So I can imagine they're having fun with the rain out there.
Yeah, not bad at all. Well, we can go ahead and get in some cases. It's Wednesday. We're going to be doing Wednesday night Kansas Missing and Unsolved podcast, at least for the summer, hopefully forever. And my other podcast, which I just wrapped up literally a few minutes before I joined Ricky in the Free Zone with Norm, we're going to be moving to Thursday night starting next week. So we're good to go. We can even go on earlier on Wednesdays if you need to, Ricky. Thursday is Ricky Tabruggy Day in the Relaford household. Let's go ahead.
Wednesdays off, hopefully.
Well, as long as she's giving you the evenings off, I'll take it. But yeah, full Wednesday off will be great, so you can kind of get prepped. But let's talk about Jaden Stewart here.
Alrighty, he's missing from. Hang on a minute here. I'm going to pull up. There you are. Wichita, Kansas. Since May 21st, 2024. He's 16. He's 5'6" to 5'11". Kind of a big swing there because I got information from 2 different places. Same with the weight, between 120 and 180 pounds. Blonde or light brown hair and blue eyes. I don't have much more than that, but if you have any information regarding Jaden's disappearance, his whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456 or 316-660-9452 or 316-263-6011 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can get Jaden located and back to where he needs to be.
Youngster for sure. All right, we got Roxanne Fisher texting in from Southeast Oklahoma. Yeah. Rodney Cox here for us. Ellen Dotson.
Hey, Ellen, how you doing? Hey, Kelly.
Upoff. I think she's a Kansan for the time
Kelsey.
being. Kelsey Youngblood. We have Jennifer Bowker. What's up? Haboobs. Yeah,
I don't
that's
know what that's supposed to be.
no. I think because I said he bobs. I think it's haboobs. I don't know.
Oh. Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris.
Monsoon. She's like, it's not a. She's like, it's not a. Phoenix doesn't have tsunamis. Not yet.
Hey,
We
I
haven't
started
reached that
having to
point
do
of
it.
evolution yet. Oh man. Well, anybody in the Wichita area, if you've seen Jaden, please contact the numbers on the screen. 16-year-old, pretty close to being an adult, but not quite there yet. And I'll be the first to admit I wasn't like anywhere near being an adult until I was like 27. So still a youngster out there on the streets of Wichita. We should probably get something figured out for that. Haley Davis, let's talk about this. July 21st, 2023. Almost a full year.
Yeah, almost. Jennifer Bowker says she's from Russell.
Nice.
Cool.
Love it.
Yep, and Haley Davis is missing from here in Salina, Kansas since July 21st of 2023. She's 19, 5'6" to 5'7", 190 to 200 pounds. Her hair was last known to be dyed blonde, and she has blue eyes. Her last activity on social media, she was last active on social media and last heard from on July 21st. It's believed she may still be in the Salina area, or she may be in the Wichita area. And she's 19 years old, 5'6" to 5'7", weighs between 190 and 200 pounds. Her hair was last known to be dyed bleach blonde, and she has blue eyes. If you have any information regarding Haley's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Salina, Kansas Police Department at 785-826-7210, or call Crime Stoppers at 785-825-8477, or text SA Tips to Crimes, which is 274-637, or visit www.pd.salina.org and follow the Crime Stoppers link to submit a tip, or call the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can help get Haley located and back to where she needs to be.
Rodney Cox likes my hair. That's awesome. Hell yeah. I'm going to tell my wife I got a compliment. I'm like, hey, somebody said this looks good. Yeah,
Cool.
Full year. That's scary.
Yeah, come about a year now.
Thank you, Kelsey. I call this stay up till 4 a.m, wake up for 7 to drive an hour away for court. So you sprinkle some water in your hair and kind of brush it and run.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this hairstyle is called today. Here we go. Haven Shelton. What's going on with this case?
Yeah, she's a Missouri case, missing from Galena, Missouri since June 10th, 2024. She's 19. She's 5 foot tall, 110 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. She left home in Kimberling Airways near Kimberling City, Missouri. She has special needs that require 2 times daily medication for significant psychiatric and medical needs. She does not have her medication with her. She also has no money or identification. And she's 19. She's 5 foot tall, weighs 110 pounds. She has shoulder-length brown hair and brown eyes. She has no scars or tattoos. If you have any information regarding Haven's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately, or call the Stone County, Missouri Sheriff's Office at 417-357-6116, or the Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178, or 866-362-6422, and see if we can't get Haven located and back to where she needs to be.
I gotta tell you, man, it's summer break here, for everywhere, pretty much summer break, and I lose track of what month it is. Not day. I know what day it is all the time, but I made a flyer for an event 2 nights ago, and the bar owner for the person that owns the bar where I did the event came up to me laughing at the end of the event after it was over, and they're like, "You have tonight's event set for July." I was like, "Oh no!" Yeah. So that's not as soon as they hit summer, all the months just blend together. So June, so she's only been missing 9 days. So still though, 9 days is an eternity. And again, it's a 19-year-old. It's not like it's it's like a child. Again, like 19 could be arguably like pretty young, but it's always a little scary when you have an adult that's not showing up to where they need to be and haven't checked. Usually an adult like 19 years old will at least have some close friends. I understand checking out from certain people, but when somebody checks out completely from all people that they talk to, that's kind of scary. You gotta be worried.
Right. Okay.
All right, y'all go ahead and put you got any comments up here? She says sounds
Let's see
about
here.
right there.
I'm looking.
Justice
Yeah.
Cynthia Renee Gonzalez, what's up? And then Kimberly K.
Yeah.
Garrison. Chapman. Nice.
Cool.
It's cool. People just listen from
Welcome,
all over the
welcome,
place on this
welcome.
show.
Welcome, welcome. And
Jonas
be sure we're getting the
Summers.
show shared out everywhere so everybody can join us and watch and share and that kind of good thing. All right. This one's Jonas Summers. He is missing from Tulsa, Oklahoma since July 23rd, 2019. He's 32 when he went missing. He's now 37. 6'1", 264 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. Jonas has no known vehicle and no active cell phone. Again, he is 32 when he went missing. He's now 37, 6'1", weighs 264, black hair and brown eyes. He is Native American. He does have several tattoos. Some can be seen in the photos above on his arm there. It looks like on the left side of his neck. If you have any information regarding Jonas's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Tulsa, Oklahoma Police Department at 918-596-9222 and see if we can get Jonas located and back to where he needs to be. We haven't covered him for a long while, so it's good to get him back on here again.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. Long pre-COVID, man.
Yep, just updated his flyer, so I'll get it posted after the show tonight. Make sure I do that. Dana Jane Bruce, one we cover every week also. Missing from Sedalia, Missouri since October 4th, 2008. She was 23 when she went missing. She's now 38. She's 5'2", 98 pounds, brown hair, green or hazel eyes. She was last seen at her children's babysitter's home in Sedalia, Missouri. She left the children there earlier that day so she could go out for the evening. She returned at midnight and gave the babysitter more money and asked her to watch the children for the rest of the night. Dana was seen at the Mullins Bar on Main Street with a young man driving a late model red Ford F-150 truck earlier on the night of her disappearance. She left with that man at 11:30 p.m. Police have identified the man Dana was with on the night she vanished. He traveled to Atlanta, Georgia after her disappearance, and police questioned him about Dana after he was arrested there on unrelated charges of marijuana possession and driving on a suspended license. Authorities have not named him publicly, but they are calling him a person of interest in her case. He told his questioners that he and Dana parted ways after they left the bar and never saw her again after that. She left all of her belongings behind, including her hairbrush and toothbrush. She does not have any credit cards, debit cards, checking account, cell phone, or a car. Again, at the time of her disappearance, Dana was 23. She'd now be 38. She's 5'2", weighs 98 pounds. She has brown hair that was colored brown at the roots and black at the ends with red highlights and green or hazel eyes. Dana was last known to be wearing a black shirt with the word Rebel and silver lettering on the front and blue jeans. Dana has a tattoo of a teddy bear with wings and the name Dylan on her upper left arm. She is blind in her left eye. She has a 2-inch scar along her lower spine and a staple scar on her right shoulder. Her ears are pierced one time each. If you have any information regarding Dana's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Sedalia, Missouri Police Department at 660-827-7823 or 660-826-8100 or the Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178 or their toll-free number is 866-362-6422. And see if we can get some information generated in her case and get her found and brought home to her family.
One of my favorite people, Janine Johnson Radke.
Hey.
She's hosted this show before.
Yes, it's been a while. Yeah.
Been a little while. Maybe we should have her back on sometime. She's busy.
Thank you for stopping in, Janine.
She's a very busy lady. Alexander Perez, speaking of Janine, she's over in Garden City. This case has a lot to do with Garden City.
Yeah, Alex Perez missing from the U.S. Kansas since December 1st of 2020. He's 35 when he was missing. He's now 38. He's 5'11", weighs 235 pounds. He has black hair that he shaves nearly bald and brown eyes. Alexander called a family member on the phone December 1st and said he'd be coming to their home to wash laundry. He never arrived at the family member's home in Ulysses. Alexander's not been heard from or seen by family or friends since then. Alexander's been staying with family and friends prior to his disappearance. It's believed that Alexander may still be in the local Ulysses area, or he may be in the Garden City area. At the time of his disappearance, Alex was 35. He's now 38. He's 5'11", weighs 235 pounds. He has black hair that he shaves nearly bald and brown eyes. Alexander has a tattoo of a bumblebee on his face underneath his left eye. He has Perez tattooed on one of his arms. He has a tattoo of a cross on the chain across his chest. If you have any information regarding Alexander's disappearance, you know of his whereabouts, please call the Grant County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 620-356-3500 or the Ulysses, Kansas Police Department at 620-356-4600 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can get Alex located and back home to his family. And we all do know there's been an arrest made in his case, and 44-year-old man by the name Oscar Corrales of Garden City was arrested on a warrant of second-degree murder connected to AJ's death. He's also arrested for racketeering, possession of meth with intent to distribute, possession of drug paraphernalia, and theft. The additional charges were based on an investigation by the Garden City Police Department, Finney County Sheriff's Office. Corrales was arrested at the Finney County Jail, where he was being held on unrelated charges. All suspects are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. And so, let's see if we can't help get Alex located and back home to his family. Because I know they're really wanting to get him found and back home. And it's just crazy. It's going on for almost 4 years.
And that arrest was December 27th of 23.
Yeah.
A little while ago, man. Again, like, I think the family's just happy there's any kind of arrest, any kind of movement on it, but it's just really rough. Kelsey's got her Alexander Perez missing Ulysses, Kansas page. Check that out for up-to-date updates.
You had a chance to talk to Candy anymore?
I just messaged him. We're trying to link up. I think he moved or something recently, like not far. I think he just moved to a new house or maybe a new town, but I just messaged him. I'm going to try to record a phone call with him tonight if I can. I've been moving, and we basically left Phoenix with no belongings. We left all of our stuff and just took our clothes. We stayed in a furnished Airbnb for about 4 months, and then we just bought our new house about 2 weeks ago. And as of today, we only lack like one thing furniture-wise. I've just been super swamped with setting up the new house and everything. But a lot. We're pretty good now. We're pretty good. I'm pretty good to go. Dietrich Foster, obviously a governor's reward. Take heed of that while he reads the flyer. A bunch of reasons to say something if you know something.
Yeah. Dietrich Foster has been missing from Independence, Kansas since April 12th, 2020. He's 37 when he went missing. He's now 41. He's 5'9", 190 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. He was reported missing on May 12th of 2020. He was last seen around April 12th, 2020 in Independence. KBI agents and detectives from the Independence Police Department are conducting the case as a homicide based upon findings during the investigation into Dietrich's disappearance. Again, at the time of his disappearance, he was 37. He's now 41. He's 5'9", weighs 190 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. Dietrich has a scar on his chest from heart surgery and a scar on the right side of his nose. He has the following tattoos: a cross on his right forearm, the astrological sign for Gemini on his right arm, 3 dice on his arm, the name Dejeuner on his arm, and the word Foo on his abdomen. If you have any information regarding Dietrich's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Independence, Kansas Police Department at 620-332-1700 or the KBI at 785-296-4017. And there is a governor's reward of $5,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for the disappearance and suspected murder of Dietrich Foster. So if you have any information, no matter how minute or how small or insignificant you might think it is, get it called in. It may be, a big piece of what they need. So definitely get it called in. I mean, that goes for any of these cases, not just Dietrich's, but any of them.
And really, I think there's a lot of stuff being said on these message boards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I've been seeing. Like it seems like it's you have these like groups or whatever have you of of people trying to basically just basically trying to spread the word about what's going on, and
Right.
and people get to talking in those comments, man, and it can be pretty wild, man, which is good. It's good. Again, like there's me and you'll probably won't ever see me and Ricky, like hopefully you never see us just like speculating live on the air. But again, like those some of those comment sections, dude, all things go. And I know Dietrich's is one of those cases. If you go look at some of the pages that are up for him, the comment sections are kind of ablaze with call it speculation. To me, it's just good that there's people talking about it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, this one is Cynthia Renee Gonzalez. This is an unsolved homicide out of Arlington, Texas. September 17th, 1991, Cynthia Gonzalez was reported missing to the Arlington, Texas Police Department. On December 22nd, 1991, Cynthia's body was discovered in a creek bed off County Road 313 in Johnson County, Texas. It was later determined that Cynthia died from multiple gunshot wounds. Cynthia was reportedly at her apartment with her boyfriend when her husband stopped by to deliver their daughter for a weekend visit. Sometime later, Cynthia left for an appointment without her customary bodyguard. She was never seen again. Serial killer Kenneth Allen McDuff was looked at in connection with Cynthia's death. Jim Ford, longtime Arlington police officer and renowned homicide investigator, had looked at McDuff in connection with Cynthia's case for going on 18 years. He was never able to make a match or a mismatch. McDuff was believed to have abducted a victim from a car wash in Austin, Texas. Cynthia's car, a two-seat Pontiac Fiero, was seen parked at a car wash in Arlington the day she disappeared. There were similarities in the Austin case and Cynthia's case. He kidnapped, sexually assaulted, and killed his victim at a car wash in Austin. He dumped the bodies of several of his victims in rural areas. He killed several victims by shooting them. Investigators could not place McDuff in the Arlington area and could not determine whether he was out on the streets at the time, but could not find him as being incarcerated either. Other persons of interest have come up and have been cleared as well. McDuff has since been ruled out by DNA testing. If you have any information regarding Cynthia's death, please call the Toronto County, Texas Sheriff's Office at 817-459-5772 or their Crime Stoppers number, 816-469-8477. And from what I've been told, her case is getting a fresh look right now. So hopefully they can make some headway and get a suspect in mind for that. So if anybody has any information on her case, get that called in as well.
Yeah.
And
before I was
you find
born.
yourself when you're out in public, like second looking at people after all the flyers you post every week picture? Actually, yeah, sometimes I've actually done that.
You just go out and kind of look around and be like, what's going on?
Yeah, especially being that my job's right there on the interstate. I do tend to look at people when they're walking in and out of the store, especially.
Well, I'm glad we keep covering this case. I feel like that's a long time. Something needs to be done with that. At least some type of resolution. 81. That's older than me, bro.
Yeah. No, this is Kenny Rychek. Missing from here in Salina since November 4th of 2019. He was 69 when he went missing. He's now 74. He's 5'9", 175 pounds, gray hair, blue eyes. He does sometimes use the last name Brown instead of Rychek. He does suffer from diminished mental health capabilities, and he's on disability, but he hasn't tried to access any of his money since he was last seen. He may have family in northwest Kansas, possibly around Colby. He was last seen at the Gospel Mission here in Salina. He left there and has not been seen or heard from since. He does not have a phone, a vehicle, or any identification. And again, he was 69 when he went missing. He's now 74. He's 5'9", weighs 175 pounds, has gray hair and blue eyes. If you have any information regarding Kenny's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Salina, Kansas Police Department at 785-826-7210. Or Crime Stoppers at 785-825-8477. Or you can text SA TIPS to CRIMES, which is 274-637. Or visit www.pd.salina.org. Follow the Crime Stoppers link to submit a tip. Or you can call KBI at 785-296-4017 and submit information there as well. So let's try to get Kenny located and back to where he needs to be. It's been way too long.
Yeah. I still want to go to. I'm still trying to figure out a way to get up to Salina for a little while and see if we can go find some pictures of Kenny from his younger days.
Yeah.
Just kind of find out who he was and stuff. And also, we've asked it a bunch of times. I'd like to see if those checks are still being cashed. Because he is
right.
He is on government assistance, so that's a thing.
Yeah. This is one I was asked to reshare. This is Devin Tannehill, missing from Iola, Kansas. This is March 14th of this year. He's 16, 6 foot tall, 150 pounds, blonde or strawberry hair and green eyes. It's believed Devin may still be in Iola or he may be in the Yates Center, Kansas area. And he's 16, he's 6 foot tall, weighs 150 pounds, has blonde or strawberry hair and green eyes. If you have any information regarding Devin's disappearance, his whereabouts, please call the Iola, Kansas Police Department at 620-365-4960 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can help get Devin located and back to where he needs to be. It's been a few months now. We need to help get him found. She's saying Cynthia's case is still being reviewed. Please post your flyer. She was my best friend. I'll get that reshared. And she also said talked to the detective last week about Cynthia's case, but there's an update, but she doesn't think she can elaborate on it at this point, which is fine, understandable. I don't want to jeopardize anything.
Yeah. All right, we have Kylie. How do you say that? I'm pretty far away from my screen here, so let me try it. Xylia.
That's what I'm thinking. Xylia.
Cool name.
Brownlee, missing from Wichita since May 29th of this year. She's 12. She's 5'2", 110 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. She was last seen near the intersection of Seneca and McCormick Street in Wichita. And she's 12. She's 5'2", 110 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. She does have a nose piercing. She was last seen wearing a black shirt and black pants. If you have any information regarding Xylia's disappearance, her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately or call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456 or 316-660-9452 or 316-263-6011 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can help get Xylia located and back to where she needs to be. It's kind of scary. Been 12 years old and been missing about 3 weeks.
Not good at all.
Yeah.
And Wichita is just it's too big of a city to go missing in, man.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything good going on where there's if there might be adults in places that are okay with a person on a missing persons poster hanging out there, without calling the police, basically.
Yeah. I have to find her flyer really quickly here. I thought I pulled it when I sent it to you, but I guess I did not.
Which one is it?
Rochelle Hammond. It won't take me but just a second to find it here.
Oh, okay. You didn't pull it. I was like, okay, I got her on the screen.
I sent it to you, but I forgot to pull it for myself. I'm good at that. Okay. This is Rochelle Elizabeth Hammond, missing from Moscow, Colorado since August 15, 2019. She was 30 when she went missing. She's now 35. She's 5'6", 120 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. She was last seen walking away from her Moscow, Colorado home. She left all of her belongings behind, including her phone, her identification, medication, car, computer, tools, and pet dog. Rochelle had only been living in the area for about 3 weeks prior to her disappearance. She'd previously lived in Columbus, Ohio area. She may be living homeless, although the police can find little evidence in her disappearance. Her mother believes she did not leave of her own accord and may have been a human trafficking victim. Rochelle suffers from bipolar and schizophrenia and has been prescribed medication for her conditions, which she left behind. Rochelle's nose is pierced. She has numerous tattoos, including the phrase "Live like a lion" on her upper chest, a star behind her ear, a skull on the back of her wrist, stars on the inside of her forearm, a cat with a bong on her shoulder, and other tattoos, some of which are pictured there at the bottom of the flyer there. Rochelle was last known to be wearing a black tank top, khaki shorts, black Nike shoes, and a silver circular barbell in her nose. If you have any information regarding Rochelle's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Alamosa County, Colorado Sheriff's Office at 719-589-6608 and see if we can't get Rochelle located and back to where she needs to be.
That's an old case, man. We've been covering her since I met you.
Yeah. And Ellen saying thank you for sharing Dana's flyer and Rochelle's flyer. You're very welcome, Ellen. And this is another one that I've actually done a flyer for her before. So this will be the second time. This is Malaysia Smith, missing from Wichita, Kansas since June 17, 2024. She's 17. She's 5'4" to 5'8", weighs 165 to 170 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Malaysia's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456 or 316-660-9452 or 316-263-6011 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can help get Malaysia located and back to where she needs to be.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of young ones.
Zoe Cad, a lot of Wichita, Kansas cases. But, you know, it's one of the biggest cities in Kansas. So probably the biggest city, I don't
know. Zoe Coad, missing since June 11th of this year, so not too awful long, about a week. She's 16. She's 5'2", 110 pounds. Her hair was last known to be dyed red and black. She has green eyes. She was last known to be wearing a blue hoodie, blue jean shorts, and black Crocs. If you have any information regarding Zoe's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456 or 316-660-9452 or 316-263-6011 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if it can help get Zoe located and back to where she needs to be. Yep, you're right, Kelsey. There's a lot of group homes in Wichita, yes. There are.
And you're glad they exist because it's a bed, you know, and a pillow for a kiddo, but then you're like, well, why is there a group home, you know?
Yeah.
You just wish every kid had like parents that would just be able to take care of them. You know, it's not everybody's fault, you know, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys take care of your kids, man. They didn't necessarily ask to be here at the end of the day.
You're right. And here's another Wichita case that I just did a flyer for yesterday. Michael, I hope I'm saying this correctly, Kiter went missing from Wichita on June 11, 2024. His last seen on foot the day he went missing. He did have his cell phone with him. He does live in Hayesville, but it's believed that he may be in the Wichita area. He recently had been dealing with some mental health issues, and his family is worried about his safety and well-being. And he's 29 years old. He's 5'9" to 5'10", weighs between 160 and 198 pounds, has brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Michael's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-268-4181 or 316-263-6011 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can help get Michael located and back home to his family. And I was actually emailed by his family and asked about getting this going for him.
Yeah. Another youngster, Ava.
Yeah, another one. Again, Ava, I'm going to say spot check. I'm going to guess on that one. Missing from Wichita since May 21st of 2024. She's 15. 5'2", 140 pounds, brown red hair, brown eyes. She does wear her hair in a pigtail on top of her head, as you can see on the right hand picture there. Her septum is pierced, and she does tend to wear a lot of black clothing. So if you have any information regarding Ava's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456 or 316-660-9452 or 316-263-6011 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get Ava located and back to where she needs to be.
Did you just mute for a second?
Yeah, for a split second I did.
I thought I had a stroke or something. I was like, what just happened, dude? I just lost my hearing.
Had to yawn real quick. I've been suppressing it for a couple of flyers. I wanted to get it out of me.
Got Jaden Slaw here. We got 2 more flyers after this one. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Again, we'll be back next Wednesday, probably a little bit earlier. Me and Ricky will decide, but we'll probably be coming back next week a little earlier than this week. But yeah, next week, every Wednesday, for at least the summer, hopefully forever, we're going to have Kansas Missing and Unsolved podcast. Ricky's going to tell you about Jaden.
Yeah, we kind of went through these cases kind of quick tonight, didn't we? This is Jaden Slaw, missing from Dewey, Oklahoma since June 15, 2024. He's 17. He's 5'11" to 6 foot. Weighs between 180 and 200 pounds. Has reddish blonde hair and blue eyes. Was last seen at the Lakeshore Trailer Park located on South Osage Avenue in Dewey, Oklahoma. And he's 17. He's 5'11", 6 foot tall. Weighs between 180 and 200 pounds. Has reddish blonde hair and blue eyes. Was last known to be wearing a black shirt with a Reebok logo in red on it. So if you have any information regarding Jaden's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Dewey, Oklahoma Police Department at 918-534-2223 and see if we can't get Jaden located and back to where he needs to be. Yeah, I just did an update on her flyer last night because she had a birthday recently, so she's now 17. So, yep, missing from Kansas City, Kansas since March 26, 2024. Again, she was 16 when she was missing. She's now 17, 5'5", 164 pounds, blonde or white hair and blue eyes. Don't have much more information than that. If you have any information regarding Shelby's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department at 913-596-3000 or call the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get Shelby located and back to where she needs to be. Yep.
You pointed it out last week, but I do like how you're doing the flyers now. On your out of stage, you're just throwing the other state on the opposite side. It looks a lot more professional than having a bunch of different colors and stuff.
All right. Yeah, I started doing that with the out of states, putting the states that are on there. I didn't do that.
We already covered Cynthia, right?
Yeah, we did hers already.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. I think that's going to be it, man. And you wanted to talk about this, man.
Yeah, but as of this morning, we rolled over 87,000 followers on Kansas Missing and Unsolved. So thank you to everybody that's been following us since the beginning, and all the new followers, and everybody and everywhere in between. Couldn't have gone this far without all you guys and without the help of God above, obviously. So thank you honestly, for everybody for helping us get there, and we'll keep on going. See how far we can go.
And honestly, I don't think people realize it because, I don't know if you saw it when you logged in tonight to our program. We used to go live, but Facebook has announced that they're putting some restrictions, kind of like I get it. Like, you get on TikTok or any of these apps, like you have to get like 1,000 followers before they let you go live. And really? Facebook has started that now. So if you don't have 1,000 followers, they're not going to let you go live. But wow. Thankfully you have all these followers on your page. You hit the mark 87 times. So we're going to be able to keep going live on this page.
Definitely. What's Facebook going to do next?
I don't know, man. I really do think that I don't know, man. Like I don't think Facebook's gonna be. I think it's gonna be the next MySpace. You know, MySpace is a joke now, and I think here in
Right.
5 years, people will joke about how Facebook, you know,
Yeah.
was a cool. It was a cool place. You know.
Yeah, but I used to be a MySpacer for a long time, and then Facebook came along and reluctantly joined Facebook. But
I'm willing to go back to MySpace if you can go ahead and get a page going over there. We can just go back to MySpace as far as I'm concerned, Big
I
Dog.
wonder if mine's still going over there. I don't
I don't
even know.
think it's real anymore. I think it's gone. I don't know.
Probably.
Well, I'm gonna. I have the store here closes in 25 minutes, and I'm out of town, so I need to go to the store. But, awesome show. Are we missing any flyers? Is that all on your end? Are we missing
I think
any?
that's what we. I think
Okay,
we
yeah, because
covered
I
them
think I got
all.
them all. But you'll do your prayer to get us out of here. And again, Ricky's going to communicate with you guys via the Facebook page. We will let you know at time. I'm thinking maybe 8 o'clock next week, but we'll let Ricky decide what he wants to do.
I'd
But
like
I
to
will
do
not
that
have.
next week, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I won't have a. The other podcast I do is moving to Thursday for the summer, so yeah, maybe 8 o'clock. Ricky will decide. He'll let me know. He'll let you know. And he's going to do his thing to get us out of here. She says they found a girl in Oklahoma near Tulsa who had been missing since she was 14. Her family has kept calling police, hospitals, tried Mayo Hospital because she has bipolar. They were told the mental hospital could not release that info. So the police called and they found her. Yikes.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, I understand the HIPAA laws and all that good stuff, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's not good, man.
You're looking for a family member,
Yeah.
that, especially since it's a minor.
Yeah.
That's
Not
crazy. Wow. Well, Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together to go over these cases tonight, and just pray that some of these folks get found and brought home to their loved ones where they need to be. Just always, as always, pray that these flyers will reach the right ears and the right hearts. They'll do the right thing. That that knows something about these cases. As I'm a firm believer that everybody knows something. So just pray that these people will do the right thing and call this information in. And until we see each other next week, stay safe. God bless. Have a good night. Amen.
Amen.